Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So I am back with something I didn't expect to be filming, at least not this soon after the last wave hit, but this is another Dollar Tree haul. So over the past week or so, I guess maybe week and a half, I've had to go into a couple different Dollar Trees, or they were in the area next to other things I was going to. So I think I stopped in at 3 different Dollar Trees, and I ended up finding like 1 or 2 things at the first 2. And then at this third one, I found a big old stack. So I figured I would just put this together as one Dollar Tree haul for you guys. This will be like part 4, I guess, of the April 2021 wave. So most of this stuff are basically just things I didn't see at my local Dollar Trees, because all of the 3 I've went to since my last set of videos were ones that were quite a ways away from me. So I figured because I have 17 movies and 1 book, I figured I would share that in this video with you guys, just to kind of keep it separate and keep it the theme going with that April 2021 wave. So that's what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to talk about 17 movies. 4 of them are Blu-rays, the rest are all DVDs, and 1 book that I was able to find here in the last about week and a half or so. So I'm excited to share with you guys what I found, even though it may not be the cream of the crop. I think some of them are still pretty interesting, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive into part 4, which is ridiculous, of my April 2021 Dollar Tree haul. So let's start off with the 1 book I ended up finding, and I typically try to, at the Dollar Tree at least, stick to like movie novelizations, junior novelizations, or books that were later adapted into film. But sometimes something sounds really good, and you just have to pick it up, and that's the case here. So this is called The Rains, and it's written by Greg Hurwitz. So this looks like it could potentially be a YA book, but basically this is a zombie story. But it sounds, according to the pull quote here, it says a brilliant, terrifying, rule-breaking reimagining of the zombie novel. Hurwitz pulls no punches and takes no prisoners, and that's by Jonathan Mabry, who is very well versed in the zombie genre. So this one sounds pretty interesting. Basically, this virus takes over this small town. Once you turn 18 years old, it kind of takes over your body. And I guess the main character we're following, his birthday's about to be 3 weeks away or so. And so that's when he'll turn 18. So I guess they're just trying to escape it. So I'm really intrigued about this one. It looks like it should be pretty easy to read. It has nice big font. It is hardcover, so that's always fun. But yeah, it just looks like a good book for $1 especially. So I wanted to pick this one up. I think it'll be a decent one to add to the collection for $1. So I ended up finding Greg Hurwitz's, however you say that, The Rains, and that's the only book I picked up. So now let's jump over to the DVDs I grabbed. If you guys have been watching some of my other videos, you'll know that I've been collecting some of these Viva Pictures, like family films. And so this one looks like a combination of a ripoff of Indian in the Cupboard, which I love, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which of course I love that as well. This is called Help, I've Shrunk the Family. So there are a couple other like Help movies, which frankly, they're probably behind me somewhere. Yes, they are. So there's Help, I Shrunk My Teacher and Help, I Shrunk My Parents. So I have no idea if these are related or not. They are a different director, but they're all from that like Viva. Oh no, they're not. These are Echo Bridge Entertainment. So I guess they are not the same. They just happen to have a similar title, I guess. But this one, like I said, it sounds like a cross of Indian in the Cupboard and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The main character, his mother has passed away recently, so he's with his distracted father and his older sister who doesn't have time for him. And then he meets this magical little man, which I'm guessing is him on the back cover there. And that little man's magic, I guess, accidentally shrinks his family. So it sounds ridiculous. It may not be great, but I don't know, it doesn't look terrible, and it looks like a ripoff of 2 movies I really enjoy, so I figured it would be a fun one for the family collection. So Help, I've Shrunk the Family is the first DVD I ended up picking up. So this is admittedly a little ridiculous, but it is they're movies that I always see when I go to the dollar store, but I've never seen all 3 of them at once. So this is a superhero, a family-oriented superhero trilogy. And because this location had all 3, I decided, you know what? Just pick it up, give it a shot. And I've heard that these are not terrible. I have Ant-Boy, Ant-Boy 2, Revenge of the Red Fury, and wrapping it up with Ant Boy 3, the final chapter. So yeah, this is kind of ridiculous, and I understand that, but I don't know, like, I figured I would give him a shot. Maybe I can do a video on the Ant Boy trilogy just because it's so ridiculous. So I don't know. I don't know much about these. I have heard somebody talk about them, and they did say that they were not terrible. So I'm hoping they will be kind of fun for what they are. Obviously, I'm a huge superhero movie fan, and I tend to enjoy family movies if they're done right, I guess. So I don't know. I just had to pick it up because all three of them were there. I am a sucker for a complete collection. So I grabbed the Ant Boy trilogy, and I'm not going to apologize for it. It is what it is. But yeah, so yep, happy now to have the entire Ant Boy collection on DVD in my physical media collection. How many people can say that? Probably not too many. Moving away from the family movies, this is one of those like bonus movie packs. So the first movie is, or the main movie, I guess, is Asteroid Final Impact, which of course is a apocalyptic film, which I'm always interested in. And then you can see the two movies on the top there. We have Project Viper, which is another apocalyptic film. And then Dark Breed, which is actually from like 1999 or something, or 96, I think it was when I looked it up. Yeah, and they are both sci-fi films. So they're all kind of under the same theme. Dark Breed does sound a little different. That one is, I guess they're returning to an infected Earth. So I don't know. They all sound like things that are up my alley. And the fact that it's like a mid-90s sci-fi film of that nature, that has me intrigued, to say the least. So yeah, the cover looks great, which means nothing, but hey, who knows? Hopefully it'll be decent. This is, Asteroid Final Impact, and then Project Viper and Dark Breed as bonus movies. So 3 movies for $1. This next one is a romantic comedy, a rom-com, and it's one that I saw in either Miranda's video from Miranda's Movies and Grubs or in Beth's video from the Movie Buff Payne's channel. I can't remember which one, but the cast is awesome. This is called In a Relationship, and it has Emma Roberts in it, who I love, so that's always fun. And then Michael Angarano, Dree Hemingway, and Patrick Gibson. Names I don't recognize, so hopefully they'll be good as well. But basically, it's just a romantic comedy. These are 2 couples. One of them decides to take a break over the summer. The other one, kind of their romance blossoms over the summer, and then apparently they're supposed to intertwine at some point. So I've heard good things about this, so I'm intrigued to check it out. And anything with Emma Roberts has my interest because I really think she's a great actress. So yeah, interested to see how this one is. So In a Relationship is another one for the collection. This is another one that I've seen all the time through these different waves at Dollar Tree, but I never picked it up for some reason. This time around, I decided, let's grab it. This is called We Could Be King, and this is a sports documentary. I believe this is about yes, it is, the Philadelphia School District. So it's a high school football team. I guess one of the schools closed in the city of Philadelphia, and so rivals have to come together to form one football team. So should be interesting. I love sports, and I really enjoy sports documentaries. So I'm guessing I'll probably get a kick out of this one. It should be pretty good. So yeah, interested to check this one out. We Could Be King, hopefully a pretty good sports documentary in the collection. We'll see. This one just looks like a mid-90s, like Lifetime movie, one of those thrillers. This is called Innocence, which you look at the cover and you're like, why did you pick that up? But it sounds pretty interesting. It is supposed to be a teen thriller, I guess. It says a suspenseful psychological teen thriller. So yeah, it's a bunch of rich kids doing weird things. So hopefully it'll be good. I think there is a supernatural spin on this one, or like a witchcraft theme, maybe. So should be interesting, I hope. We'll see. I like it how it's giving me those mid-90s Lifetime vibes. So Innocence, and you can see the tagline there. It says, her blood is their fountain of youth. So I don't know. We'll see if it's any good or not. This next one I've had my eye on for quite a while. I would have liked to have found it on Blu-ray, but they didn't have it there at the Dollar Tree, so I picked it up on DVD. This is Dark Tide, and this one stars Halle Berry, which is the main reason I was interested in it, and it's a shark survival film, which I love, so I'm intrigued to check this one out. I guess Halle Berry's character is like a shark expert. Something goes wrong, and she has to make money, and so they decide to take on this, she decides to go on this mission, or whatever it is, this new job, I guess, and that's when they get stranded out in the ocean, and they have to survive these shark-infested waters. So that sounds like something I would probably enjoy. So I'm happy to have this one on, at least on DVD. So Dark Tide with Halle Berry. You usually can't go wrong with Halle Berry, so hopefully this one lives up to it. This is another one that I've seen in other hauls, but I think it was previous hauls, to be honest, but I couldn't find it anywhere near me, but it looks pretty good. This is El Gringo, and it has Scott Adkins and Christian Slater. This will not be the last time you'll see Scott Adkins in this haul, but it basically, Scott Adkins has this satchel full of like $2 million, and he's going over the Mexican border to try to live out his life in luxury, but things go wrong. He gets stuck on a bus, and somehow, I guess the people in the bus find out he has money, and so they start trying to get that, or something along those lines, I guess. So it is just an action film, so it sounds pretty decent. Again, Scott Adkins, Christian Slater, it should be pretty good, and it looks cool. When I was seeing other people haul it, I was really hoping to find it, so I'm glad I came across it this time. So El Gringo with a good cast, if nothing else. I completely understand that this is probably going to be a terrible movie, but I couldn't pass it up. This is called Control Factory. No, it's called Control Factor, excuse me. But look it has the old Sci-Fi Pictures logo on it, so I'm assuming it was like a made-for-TV sci-fi film, so that sounds amazing. I have to check this out. It has Adam Baldwin, but it also has Elizabeth Berkley from Showgirls in it. So, it just sounds really interesting because of that. So, I guess this is like a paranoid, a psychological thriller of some sort. This random guy tries to kill the main character, and then all of a sudden he starts hearing voices in his head that's trying to tell him to kill his wife. So I don't know, it sounds really interesting, and it's a made for sci-fi movie. At least I'm guessing it's a made for sci-fi film because it has that logo on the top there. Adam Baldwin, the chick from Showgirls, like, yes, that sounds really fun. So yeah, very intrigued to check this one out. Control Factor with an interesting cast and an even better premise. Hopefully it'll be good. I have no idea how I've not heard of this film, but I had to pick it up based on the cast. So this has David Schwimmer, Mila Avital, and Jason Lee. So I don't know her, to be honest, but I obviously know them. And this is from 98. So this is right at the height of like the Friends frenzy. So David Schwimmer is a super popular actor at this point. So the fact that he's in this movie that I've never heard of just fascinates me. But this is called Kissing a Fool, and it is a romantic comedy. I'm assuming that there is a trio of sorts here, given that they are the three advertised on the front. So yeah, I have to see this one because of the cast. Like, I love David Schwimmer and Jason Lee. So hopefully this one will be as good as I'm hoping it'll be, just based on that amazing cast. So if you guys have seen this one, if you heard about it, let me know, because I've never even heard of it for some reason. So let me know how this one is. Kissing a Fool, and like I said, this is from the late 90s, and so it is when Schwimmer is just a megastar thanks to Friends. So very intrigued to check this one out. This next one I was really excited to find, and frankly, I thought I already had it in my collection, so I put it down and then walked around the store for a little bit, and then I said, you know what, I should check my app just to make sure. Turns out I don't own it, or at least it's not in my app, which I honestly am pretty good at adding them, so I'm guessing I don't own this, but we'll see eventually. But this is another Scream Factory DVD. This is called Jackals, and this is one that, again, I've seen this one in other haul videos, and I really wanted to track it down. Until now, I've been unlucky, but I'm very happy that I was able to find it today. So this one, I guess, is something like a cult-ish home invasion film, which home invasion is one of my favorite subgenres. So really intrigued to check this one out. And it has that Scream Factory seal of approval on the side there. So very intrigued to check this one out. The cover makes it look really creepy and good. And I love home invasion. So hopefully this one will be pretty good when we get to it. But yeah, so Jackals from Scream Factory is going to be the last DVD I ended up picking up. So now let's talk about some of the Blu-rays I grabbed. This first Blu-ray, I honestly went back and forth on whether I wanted to add it to the collection or not, but I ultimately decided to do that, mostly because it has Jason Lee in it. Now, I don't want to say stars Jason Lee because I imagine this is just a cameo role, but this is called Tell. And Tell, apparently, is the main character. I guess he robbed a bank, stole $1 million, ended up hiding it, but then he got caught by the cops. So after he was released, he thinks his problems are behind him, but then all these people from his past are trying to hunt him down because they think he, I'm guessing, still has access to that money. So it sounds like just one of those crime thrillers that hopefully will be better than the box makes it look out to be, I guess. And this one is from Orion Pictures, which I thought was really interesting. So I don't know. I decided just to grab it. There's another actor I recognize, but I just don't know his name. But yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully it'll be better than I'm expecting. But for $1 Blu-ray, it's hard to pass those up when you don't already have them. So Tell is the first Blu-ray I ended up picking up. Speaking of movies that you would probably only pick up for $1, this is called Gangsterland. And this is a Timothy Woodward Jr. film, if that means anything to you. It doesn't to me. But this is exactly what it sounds like. It's a 1920s gangster movie. So it's going to be just probably all action. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully this will be bigger budgeted than it appears to be based on the box here. But you can't judge it by its cover art. So we'll see if it's good or not. So Gangsterland, a 1920s gangster film. There's not really much else to say about this one. I mentioned earlier that there might be some additional Scott Adkins, and we are finally there. This is actually a Blu-ray upgrade for me. I don't know if it was in this wave or the last wave, but I recently added this one to my collection on DVD. They didn't have the Blu-ray there, but fortunately, when I was at the store today, they had the Blu-ray, so I figured, might as well pick it up. So basically, I paid $2 for the Blu-ray. That's a pretty good price still. And then I'll just end up trading away the DVD copy of this. But yeah, so this one is an action film, a Scott Adkins vehicle that actually looks pretty good because it's not just action, it's an action sci-fi. So I guess there is this like alien invasion about to happen or something, and they are trying to stop it, essentially. So you can see it has like this guy on the back cover here who looks sci-fi-esque, so hopefully this one will be pretty good. I was excited to find it on DVD, and I'm even happier now that I was able to grab it on Blu-ray. So the Scott Adkins action vehicle mixed with a little sci-fi here, we have Abduction. And last but not least is a movie that is good, not great, I guess I'll say, but it has a really good cast. Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake, and Jason Segel star in this one. I remember I actually saw this movie in theaters, and I laughed quite a bit. I've not watched it since, at least in full. I've seen parts of it, but this is Bad Teacher. So Cameron Diaz is this, I believe she was a substitute teacher that comes in, doesn't care about anything, just there for the money, but then kind of gets roped into everything that's going on in the school, and it becomes more than just the comedy you expect it's going to be. There is a little heart there, but it is wrapped up in just kind of this goofy, stupid comedy. So there's that. I think Justin Timberlake is hysterical in this movie, though. I will say that. So, and I think this might have been like the first time I saw Justin Timberlake as an actual actor. So I was pretty impressed when I first saw it. So I'm happy to add this one to the collection. I probably wouldn't have added this if it wasn't $1, but you know, I've seen it. I enjoyed it well enough. I would probably say it's like a 3.5 star out of 5 film. That's good for $1. So Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake, and Jason Segel is the last Blu-ray I ended up picking up on this haul. All right, and that is everything for an unexpected part 4 of this Dollar Tree wave. I totally expected to be done with this. I had no intention of buying any more, but I happened to go into the stores, and so I figured, you know, you might as well check. And the last one I went to, I got the vast majority of these, so I definitely know that I have to check that out when it is fresh next time the next wave hits. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you guys have seen any of these, if you recommend me prioritizing any. Let me know that down below, and also let me know what else you've been finding. Have you made any trips back to Dollar Tree over the past week and a half here? Let me know that, and let me know what you found, so if there's anything else I might need, I'll know to check for it. But yeah, thank you guys for leaving those comments. I really appreciate it. I love talking with you guys down there, so thank you for that. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below, and consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube as I make my march towards that 1,000 number. I'm getting closer all the time, so thank you guys so much for all of your support. I really do appreciate it. Hey, and if you don't want to subscribe, that's totally cool too. Thanks for watching this one. I really appreciate that. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.